Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of The Live Ones. We're back. I'm back from a well-deserved Memorial Day vacation, ready to get back into the grind. Things are beginning to simultaneously heat up and slow down. The NBA Finals begin tonight. The NHL Finals are in their conference championship round, which is exciting. There's a lot of angles. There's a whole lot of casual money in the betting pool. We tend to get some better odds at this point, but we all know what it also means. It means that we're coming up sooner than we'd like on that 10-week relative dead zone in the summer, where it's nothing but baseball to talk about until Labor Day. I mean, sure, there's going to be news once NFL training camp heats up and college football gets closer. There always is. But we're going to have to start putting out some content other than the daily baseball plays. And because it was so much fun last year and filled the space nicely, I think I'm going to go back to a conference-by-conference intensive preview of college football to get us ready for that season, my personal favorite. And if you haven't seen it yet, go to the Live Ones TV channel on Roku or Fire TV. Again, you can see it right down here. And check out the first episode of my Big Matt Reacts series. In the entertainment section. It's not sports related, but if you like sports on the screen, that series that we put out about 5 episodes of now, you'll probably like Big Matt Reacts. It's exactly what it says on the tin. I react in real time to a movie in the American canon that I'm seeing for the first time. And like I said, if you like the dry humor of sports on the screen, it's a whole lot more of that. So go check it out. As we said, Game 1 of the NBA Finals is tonight. For the record, the Warriors are minus 145 favorites to win it all. I think that's just about right. Both of these teams have been the beneficiaries of their opponents just not showing up to a large extent all the way through the playoffs. But I feel like Boston is almost here by accident. I feel like Golden State got super hot right at the end of the season, turned into an offensive juggernaut, and happily took the place of the Suns when they crapped out early. Game 2 of the Oilers-Avalanche Western Conference Finals in the NHL is tonight as well. If you want my personal pick, watch that game. It's likely to be a whole lot more exciting. Most of the NBA playoffs have been just dog shit this year, with the exception of like 2 or 3 games the whole postseason, honestly. Tragic news from the NFL. Former Dallas Cowboys running back Marion Barber III has died at the age of 38. He was found in his apartment early Wednesday morning in Frisco, Texas, by police conducting a welfare check on him. Barber has not had an easy retirement. He was detained by police in 2014, taken in for a mental health evaluation, then arrested on 2 misdemeanor counts of criminal mischief in 2019. You just hate to see this. More is going to come out in the days and weeks to come, obviously, about the cause of death. We've got basketball, hockey, and baseball to go over tonight. Let's get right to it, and we're going to start with the Warriors and the Celtics NBA Finals. It's no secret that the Warriors' offense has been lethal in the postseason so far, particularly at home. They're a perfect 9-0 at Chase Center so far, and in that span, they're averaging 120.8 points a game. So we're going to take a look at their team total of 107.5. The Warriors have gone over this line of 107.5 in 7 of the 9 home games they've played so far, including all 3 Game 1s. This is a team that starts out series as hot as they can and puts their opponents on their heels. And after the last 2 grueling rounds for the Celtics, both of which went to 7 games, how much can that defense really have in the tank, even with the 3 days rest? The Celtics have also been plagued with turnover troubles all through the playoffs, coughing the ball up an average of 15.3 times per game in the East Finals, and that went for 17.1 points a game against them off of turnovers. No way Golden State doesn't get at least 110 on the board tonight. Give me the Warriors team total over 107.5. Over to the Avalanche and the Oilers game 2. It turns out that 14 combined goal game between the Oilers and the Avalanche in the series opener on Tuesday was enough to cause something to happen that, to my knowledge, has never happened in the Stanley Cup playoffs. We got a 7 on the total on the board at the opener, and then that 7 went up to 7.5. Never in all my time watching hockey, betting on hockey, have I ever seen a 7.5 on the board for any Stanley playoff game. Ever. And still, 63% of the money is on the over. I don't like it. It's too rich for me. I mean, I know the Oilers don't have a defense to speak of, but the Avalanche definitely do, even with their backup goalie in, as Darcy Kuemper is questionable with an upper body injury tonight. I am, however, interested in the Avalanche's team total, as we're getting plus money on it. Edmonton's defense, as noted, is trash, allowing 8 goals in Game 1 and 3 goals or more in each of the last 3 games they've played. When Evan Bouchard and Duncan Keith aren't on the ice, opponents have been able to find open shots on the net at will. Mike Smith has a 3.12 GAA on 436 shots he's faced so far in the playoffs. Colorado has scored on average 4.63 goals a game in the postseason so far. They've been an offensive machine. There's no reason it shouldn't continue, and they shouldn't get 5 in the net again tonight, getting Colorado's team total over 4.5 goals. I know it's crazy. I know that's a high team total, but I just think the combination of how good the Avalanche are on offense and how crappy the Oilers are on defense can get this done. Finally, tonight over to MLB. There are 12 games on the slate tonight, but there is a massive weather system, rain event moving across the eastern seaboard right around prime time tonight. So I think a lot of games are going to get affected by weather. But one of the games that I'm looking at this evening, the Padres and the Brewers over in Milwaukee. We got what should be a great pitching matchup tonight in Sean Manaea versus Adrian Hauser, particularly when you look at how each lineup profiles against the matchup. The Brewers are 28th in the league against left-handed pitching this year, putting up a paltry 79 runs to date. The Padres are even worse than them off of righties, putting up 77 runs to date, also ranking 28th in the league. Both of these bullpens have been top 5 since May 1st. Milwaukee has a bullpen ERA of 3.24. San Diego comes in at 3.35. Compared to, like starting pitching, those numbers aren't really impressive, but you got to remember this is bullpen ERA. These guys, the denominator of the equation by which you determine their earned run average is a lot lower, so it tends to skew the results a little higher. These are really, really good bullpen numbers combined, and even more encouraging for a low-scoring ball game. I like the under 8.5 runs for this game tonight. I'm honestly surprised the total's as high as it is. Probably has more to do with how good the Brewers' hitting has been overall. That is my third and final play for the night. Everyone bet safe, stay safe. Follow us on Twitter at Live One Sports. Check us out on Roku and Fire TV at the Live Ones. Have yourselves a great Thursday night, and I will see you next time.